Title: Full NBA Today. Can Lakers survive with 7 players injured? Victor Wembanyama's historic start to the season. The NBA season has only just begun, but chaos is already unfolding in Los Angeles. The Lakers, a team built around superstars and veteran depth, are now facing a nightmare scenario. 7 players sidelined with injuries before the first month of the season is even over. From LeBron James' lingering ankle soreness to Anthony Davis' nagging hip issue, the Lakers roster has been stretched to its absolute limit. Meanwhile, across the Western Conference, 21-year-old Victor Wembanyama is rewriting history with a start to the season that's turning heads across the league. The contrast couldn't be starker, one franchise fighting to stay afloat, another witnessing the rise of a generational talent. Let's start with the Lakers' injury crisis, which has sent shockwaves throughout the NBA. As of October 27th, 7 Lakers players are either out or questionable due to various injuries. The list includes key rotational pieces like Rui Hachimura, concussion protocol, Jard Vanderbilt, heel soreness, Gabe Vincent, knee swelling, and D'Angelo Russell, ankle sprain. Even LeBron James has been dealing with discomfort, forcing coach Darvin Ham to carefully monitor his minutes. Anthony Davis, who started the season strong, continues to battle through hip tightness, raising concerns about his long-term durability. For a team with championship aspirations, this early wave of injuries feels like déjà vu, a repeat of last season's struggles when availability, not talent, became their biggest opponent. The question now is simple: can the Lakers survive this? In their last few outings, the rotation has looked patchwork at best. Players like Austin Reeves and Max Christie have been forced into extended roles, while newcomers like Christian Wood and Taurean Prince have been asked to do far more than originally expected. Reeves, to his credit, has stepped up with improved playmaking and defensive intensity, but without consistent contributions from the stars, it's been tough to find rhythm. The Lakers' offense, typically reliant on LeBron and ad's two-man game, has looked stagnant at times. When LeBron sits, the scoring drops dramatically, a clear sign that the team still struggles to find a secondary identity. The lack of depth at guard, worsened by Vincent's injury, has hurt spacing and ball movement. Even worse, the defense that carried them deep into last year's postseason has shown cracks, especially when Davis isn't patrolling the paint. Still, there are reasons for cautious optimism. Darvin Ham has experimented with new lineups featuring Wood and Jackson Hayes together, providing some size and rebounding presence. Meanwhile, young players like Reeves continue to develop confidence in big moments. If the Lakers can stay close to .500 while waiting for their roster to heal, they'll have time to turn things around, especially if LeBron continues to defy age and play at an elite level. But the concern is real. With the Western Conference as competitive as ever, extended absences could quickly derail their playoff hopes. And while the Lakers fight through adversity, one young superstar is thriving on the opposite end of the spectrum. Victor Wembanyama has started the 2025-26 NBA season in jaw-dropping fashion, putting up numbers and highlights that have already placed him in the history books. The 7'4" phenom from France has taken a massive leap in just his second year, averaging over 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 blocks per game through his first week of action. What's even more impressive is how he's doing it, hitting step-back threes, crossing over guards, and finishing above the rim with absurd ease. Wembanyama's performance isn't just statistical dominance, it's artistic. Against the Rockets earlier this week, he posted 39 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 blocks, becoming the first player in NBA history to record those numbers before turning 22. In another outing against the Suns, he tallied 33 points with 5 made threes, outplaying veteran stars like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Analysts have already started calling it a historic start, and that's no exaggeration. Wembanyama's ability to impact both ends of the floor makes him a once-in-a-generation player, the type who could completely redefine what it means to be a big man in today's NBA. The most impressive part: he's doing all this while leading the Spurs to surprising early success. San Antonio, a team once considered years away from contention, has suddenly become one of the league's must-watch squads. Coach Greg Popovich has tailored the offense to maximize Wembanyama's versatility, giving him freedom to handle the ball, initiate fast breaks, and even run pick-and-rolls as the ball handler. The results have been spectacular. The Spurs' spacing looks better, their defense has improved dramatically, and Wembanyama's leadership presence is already visible. His poise and competitiveness at such a young age have drawn comparisons to early career Tim Duncan, though his skill set is entirely unique. NBA legends and analysts are taking notice. Shaquille O'Neal recently said on TNT, "What Wemby's doing right now is unreal. He's playing like he's been in the league 10 years. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith described him as a 7'4" Kevin Durant with a defensive mindset. And it's hard to argue. Wembanyama is altering shots, spacing the floor, and dominating matchups night after night. If he keeps up this level of play, he could be in serious contention for MVP, a feat no second-year player has achieved since a young LeBron James nearly did it 2 decades ago. The Lakers' injury crisis and Wembanyama's breakout form symbolize two opposite realities in the NBA right now. One team struggling to stay healthy and relevant, while another franchise witnesses the rise of a transcendent star. Yet, both stories are intertwined in the grand narrative of this young season. The Lakers veterans once defined the league's golden era of star power, while Wembanyama represents the next chapter, a glimpse of the NBA's future. If there's one thing history has taught us, though, it's never to count out LeBron James. At 40 years old, he continues to defy time, averaging over 25 points and showing flashes of vintage dominance. But the burden is heavy, especially with injuries piling up. The Lakers' survival will depend on their ability to stay disciplined, play smart basketball, and get contributions from their supporting cast. Until reinforcements return, every game will be a test of resilience. Meanwhile, Wembanyama's meteoric rise is forcing fans and analysts alike to rethink what's possible in the modern NBA. His combination of skill, agility, and defensive prowess has already put him in conversations typically reserved for all-time greats. And the scary part? He's just getting started. So as the Lakers limp through a tough stretch and the Spurs soar behind their generational talent, one thing is clear: the NBA landscape is shifting. The torch isn't fully passed yet, but Wembanyama's light is shining brighter with every game, while the Lakers' fading stars battle to prove they still belong at the top. Final thoughts. The Lakers are in survival mode, desperately waiting for health and consistency. Victor Wembanyama, on the other hand, is in takeover mode, making history one performance at a time. It's a tale of struggle versus ascension, and as the season unfolds, both stories could define the NBA's next great turning point.